What's up, everybody? We back again with another episode. Mossmode and Friends, episode 10. Badger, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, man? Chilling. How everybody doing out there? Y'all put that in the comment section.
I hope they good. They better be good.
Hope
But
so.
let's kick it off. Waste no time. Let's kick it off. Um, Obviously, we gotta talk about the craziness that's going on in the college football world with the what looks like it's gonna be a lot of just two big mega conferences. Um,
Yeah.
We've already seen USC and UCLA decide to join the Big 12. Um, and then now, when you talk about those type of two teams, which means a lot to the Pac-12 and especially the West Coast, and now they're moving over. Obviously, now the school's not moving, but the teams that they're gonna be playing is
Yeah.
different and things like that. Um, Now, so many rumors of all these other schools from different conferences. Miami, um, you know, Utah, Oregon, all these schools that are now trying to join either the SEC or the Big 12 to essentially to make a huge mega conference.
Yeah.
Um, what's your thoughts on it? Because mine's essentially I don't really love it, but then again, we got to kind of see where it goes because it could be a
Yeah.
good thing for this
Yeah.
for college football, and it could not work. But what's your thoughts on it?
It's just a different thought for me because I played college football. I played D1 AA, so I know when people they like traditional things like the traditional rivalries between
Mm,
XYZ. But when we look back, um, it might have been some of the same teams. But I remember when I was growing up, I believe Miami was in the Big East, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. Like when they had a prominent O1 team. I think they was in the Big East. They changed to the ACC. But nah, man, everything's about money. So now I think that the fact that the NIL deals, I don't know how much of a factor that's playing into these conference changes, but from what I read and from what I seen, it's basically like just a whole big money catch. Like everybody's just trying to go get the most money in these TV deals. But I don't know, man. I think it may can be a good thing. It may can be a bad thing. I'm literally looking at an article right now. It said like the NCAA they might have to just make a model that's kind of like an AFC versus NFC side. But then if you do that, like
I
how do
like
you
that.
break up the divisions? How do you break up who determines the champions? Like it's just a lot of kinks you got to work out. But
Yeah,
maybe it'd be a good thing because I mean the NCAA they was finessing a lot a long time. So maybe they needed a little shake up like this that I guess teams I didn't even know you could do that. Teams could just say like I don't want to be in this conference no more. Let me go join the SEC. And if I got to pay a $50 million fine, so be it. Because we're gonna make that much more money once we go to the SEC. But I don't know, man. It's I feel like it's a lot of the things that I'm seeing like USC they won't officially be into the Big Ten until like 2024. So that'd be
mm,
like 2 more years. So I think once that time get close and they start talking about like more of the specifics, like this team is going to be here, this team is going to be here, because I think it's just going teams going to keep moving. It seems like everybody on this side, kind of like the East, they want to get to the SEC, and everybody in the West is trying to get
Big
to
12.
the Big 10, Big 12, which kind of makes no sense when you think about the traveling distance. You got teams like Rutgers is in New York and USC is in Carolina. I mean, not Carolina, but California. That's going to be a crazy trip both ways. I think the people that's coming from the north to Cali, they're not gonna be complaining because it's like shit. I probably never would have went to California before, so we get to go to California. But does it make sense travel wise? No. But then at the end of the day, do um do the big people really care how far the players got to travel as long as that money hit in their account?
No,
So who
they
knows?
don't. They don't care. Obviously, as the money comes in. I mean, pointing out some positives. I think that could be a positive that could arise. It would be um, you gain new fans as a fan base, right? As a USC, you can gain fans on the East Coast, new
Yeah,
fans. Think about all the young kids out there right now who's going to end up, wanting to play the sport or liking the sport or whatever, and you know, they get to see USC all the way from California coming to play Clemson, right?
yeah,
And that allows you to, your fan base to grow across, you know, America and things like that. But
yeah,
I mean, it's definitely gonna be some good and some bad, like always is. It'll definitely be kind of funny to see how it shakes out early on until it definitely gets a real good structure where it
Yeah,
just okay, all right, this is what works. This is what feels right, essentially for those people who's making those decisions and things like that.
yeah,
Um, but it's I'm happy that I'm not in it because I damn
yeah,
sure wouldn't have been like you pointed. Like I ain't trying to fly from essentially Rutgers is over here in New York to go play UCLA at a on a what time game. Like I like it's kind
yeah.
of weird to see how the time differences, time zones going to factor into that as well because obviously is teams going to play still at nighttime.
It's gonna be
Essentially,
different, man.
it's
It's
going
a
to be
lot of
hard
kinks to
because it's
work
going
out.
like that's a lot of teams.
You got to think about
Um,
academics still. Got to be due for the work, and if you having the game in a 3 hour different time zone, you got to get there at least like 2 days before to just adjust to the thing as much as you can.
exactly,
So I don't know,
exactly.
but like I think the NCAA they don't really care about. It may sound crazy, but they don't care about academics. They care about what you come on this field, what you do on this field. Once you leave this field, God knows, we don't care what you do.
But is it so
But
much NCAA when and then it's also the school
yeah,
because I don't know if how much obviously NCAA had a role in one in USC and UCLA, two teams that have been rooted in the Pac-10, Pac-12 for
yeah,
forever. To say, yeah, let's leave and go to the Big 12, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. And then it's like, okay, well, what does Notre Dame do? Does Notre Dame decide to stop being the independent school and then
yeah,
join one of these conferences that are going to end up being formed? Um, so it's definitely going to be good to see how they shake all that out.
yeah,
And like you said, like pointing out the NIL deals in it for the players, it's going to be some good
yeah,
deals there because we've already seen a lot of these guys getting crazy deals. I mean, you talking
yeah.
about uh, a quarterback signing for $8 million, not even in college football yet.
Still in high school, you got players that's sitting out their 12th grade year in high school just to preserve themselves for college football.
Yeah,
And
so
just a point I just thought about too with this whole, I guess, conference change up. How much do you think player development is playing into it? Because like I guess the Pac-12 they like used. Are you guys like more known for the air raid type style? Like quarterback development, because I think maybe seeing, if I'm thinking about it a little bit, maybe this can impact player development a little bit. Maybe we get a better product in the NFL because let's say you play for a school like Oregon or a school like an air raid team, maybe like a UCLA would play, and then they're not used to playing against teams that's like, let's say Alabama, a caliber of those teams. So like I seen people joking about the thing like when USC play like a Big 10 team or Big 12, whatever it is,
yeah, it's just,
and they see three tight ends on the field and it's 20 degrees and they're gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
yeah.
So I don't know, maybe, but
that's a
I highly doubt the schools are looking at it like that. I'm just talking about it as a fan. Like,
that's a
how
good
much do you think that like player development impacts
that's
this
a good
at all?
point. That's a good point because I know for a fact. Now I can't speak. Obviously, I played in the Pac-12, but I can't speak on technically what type of offense we was because we changed every damn year I was there. I had three
Yeah,
different. We had three different OCs in 4 years, right? Um, so I really don't know what the hell we was. We just did it, right?
yeah,
Now I know my last year there, my senior year, our OC, we had three tight ends on the field. Like we was heavy formations. We was under
yeah,
center, and that was the first time I ever been under center because I always been in the gun. Right,
yeah,
we was on the center. We was running more NFL style offenses my senior year, which helped me a lot. Just being able to transition over to the league, finally getting that in college. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be different because it's like, okay, well, now USC is gonna start getting different style players, right?
yeah.
Now Utah's gonna
You got to
start getting
recruit
different
different.
style players. You gotta recruit differently, right?
Yeah,
Because USC playing a Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin
to
loves to run
Iowa.
the ball. Iowa, like you talking about big ball. You playing big football. Like this ain't talking about dudes sitting up there. You got a 2,000 pound line. You got some
Yeah,
big boys,
literally.
1,500 pound lines, O line, D lines. So the style is definitely gonna be different. Uh, and I think that's like I said, like over time, those are something that will change. That we'll see change because you're not gonna see all these little finesse guys going to the West Coast. It's going to be
Yeah.
different, right? The game is going to change, the players is going to change. So I think it's going to be a good and a bad thing for college football. Ultimately, I hope for it to be, you know, really good for college, just because the atmosphere of that is different. It's so good to see, players getting these NIL deals finally. I think that's only going to continue to get better. I just hope that it
Yeah.
doesn't, and I hate to talk about athletes in the sense of like a merchandise or something like that, as in product or something like that, like a product. But
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't taint, for lack of better words, the product. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you start getting the money in college, or you start people start telling you how good you are on social media, how much you worth in high school, and then it starts changing you. You know what I
Take
mean?
your
Because
motivation away.
exactly, because then right in high school you was working because you ain't have nothing. You was working trying to get somewhere. In college you was
Yeah.
working because you ain't have nothing, so you can get to to the league or whatever. Now in high school you already made a couple dollars. You like, I ain't got to go too hard. So I
Yeah.
mean, and it could be, and it could be a trickle effect. It could be a bad thing for the league because now you missing out on a lot of good
All these
talent.
young talents. Yeah.
Yeah, that are just taking the other route, right? Because you see it early in the league. I mean, in the league where you got guys who only play 6, 7 years and they retire, right? Just because of their health. So you
Yeah.
got that. So you think about that, and then you think about guys who can have that same mindset in high school, have that same mindset in college after they didn't put away a couple $1 million or whatever, and they like, I don't really need to go play in the NFL. It serves me no purpose, essentially, when it comes to the financial part of things.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see kind of how that all figures itself out. So I just hope that it doesn't affect that, even though I know it will. I just hope it
It
doesn't
probably
affect it
will at
too
some
much.
point. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know that's
just
why
hope
a
it
lot of
doesn't
people
affect
spoke
it
out.
too crazily to where like, damn, you like, damn, I don't want to watch this no more because they ain't even going hard. They ain't even
Yeah, but I
trying.
think I think at some point it's always gonna be them people that still want to make it because there's a difference between signing a $3 million NIL deal and getting to the NFL and signing $150 million contract. So it's still levels to it.
True,
But
true.
I don't know. But like you said, I think it's going to be natural for a player like in college. Let's say, for example, you come from the struggle. Like we from Miami. Imagine you coming out of Miami and in college, you get the college your freshman year, somebody signed to a $5 million NIL deal. Like, oh shit, boy. Whew, damn, I gotta check my account, got 5 million. So maybe I don't need to work out today, or maybe I don't need to go as hard today. So
Hmm.
it can go both ways. Some people might get the money and they're like, man, I want more, I want more. And some people might get the money and they might be like, oh,
Some
man,
might
I
be
can
like, you
kick
know
my
what,
feet up.
sign $5 million in my freshman year, whatever, get a deal, $5 million. I get the money. I sit there and I invest it. Maybe I'll go
Yeah,
that route. I don't got to get hit to go do this. I can go make some money this way,
yeah,
or
you never know.
I can sit on this money, never use it, keep getting deals, get to the league, then use that money, save this money. It's so like there's so many different options where it can
Yeah,
go. Obviously, it's gonna go left and it's gonna go right.
yeah,
You're gonna have players that really want to still play in the league, and I think when you think about the money that's still going to be in the league, because like we said, like NIL deals, just because in college you're getting TV deals, so the league you're going to be getting TV deals, and the money is going like this. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, just like to put an example, like Mike Conley a few years ago was the highest paid NBA player in the league at around 140 $150 million.
They done ran circles around that.
That's chump change now.
Yeah,
Right? You can get 2 years, as Dame Lillard got 2 years for $122 million.
yeah,
Right? So now you got guys like Jokic signing for $275 million. Steph has done it multiple times. So it's like as the TV deals grow, so will the players who are at the top of the game and getting the money and things like that.
yeah,
And it'll keep going up. It'll be soon where you seeing guys, everybody was going crazy that Patrick Mahomes signed a $500 million deal over 10
yeah.
years, right? In a few years, you're talking about you'll be having guys signing 2 year deals for $200 million. Like
Yeah,
it'll be at that point real fast and real soon. So I think it's a good thing, it's a bad thing.
yeah,
Because as money is a good and a bad thing.
yeah,
But I want to point out one particular team. All right, obviously the Miami Hurricanes. Um, and what Coach Mario Cristobal is doing down there.
Yeah.
It's just hard. You know how people always say, Texas is back, right for their glory days.
Yeah.
People forget. I mean, not they don't think they forget, but they don't like to remember. Miami, right, had a lot of glory days,
Yeah. From the
especially from the
80s.
'80s
Yeah.
into the early 2000s. Had a lot of glory days, and it's because they was keeping so much homegrown talent. Because I don't care what nobody tell me. I don't care where you from. Miami has South Florida has the best football players. You can have any other sport. Don't care. You can have any other sport. We
Basketball,
have the
football.
best. We have the best football players
Yeah.
in the world, and it ain't just start. It ain't
Yeah,
just start,
no, it's been that way. And if
right?
you look at the best teams, man, the best team, Georgia, Alabama,
They got
whoever you
guys
want
from
to
Miami.
say, you go look. Some of their best players on their team are from South Florida. Calvin Ridley being from Alabama. Alabama. Calvin Ridley, Jerry Judy. You got teams everywhere. You're playing defense, offense.
Exactly.
And
So
even though we're not the size of Texas and California, we always putting more people in the league.
exactly, and you talking about from a small pool. We ain't talking about no community pool. We
No.
talking about a little residential pool, the one that
Yeah.
you got to blow up and inflate.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about when you want to
Yeah.
put it on the scale.
Yeah.
Um, but him keeping, you know, so much homegrown talent for one, because there ain't nowhere better to get players from. Because it was at a time, players, guys from back home, we were just going, you're going here, you going there. Guys going to Bama, winning over there. Imagine if you had a
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, a Jerry Judy. You keeping
Lamar
dudes that
Jackson.
exactly keeping those type of guys in Miami, where Miami the Hurricanes would be at right now.
Yeah.
So I think him obviously being from Miami, him playing at the U, uh, his ties from that right alone makes him a much stronger candidate than what the U's had in a very
He
long
can
time.
relate to you.
He can relate, right? And then you're talking about him being at Bama, him seeing Bama win, him being a part of the reason why Bama was getting a lot of Miami guys, right?
Yeah.
Him going there, and then you talking about him branching off from that, and then taking his talents over to Eugene, Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and what he did in Oregon, right? He did what did he do? He didn't do nothing but win two Pac-12 championships,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Stole one
it.
from me, but
Yeah.
that's all he did over there. So he obviously can coach. There's no mystery that,
Yeah.
right? And then his recruiting style, and the people he's hired in the staff, and how he's incorporating all the OGs that play at the U. You talking about Ed Reed, you talking about Coach Roland Smith,
Yeah.
local homegrown people who either play at the
Yeah.
U or big in Miami in high
Yeah.
schools, and incorporating them, making everyone feel like, yo, this is ours. Like we know who we is. Like, you know what I mean? Like if this, I think if it's any time to be a player, and I ain't trying to recruit nobody to you, obviously, but because I don't care about it. But if any time was to go to the U, I think this is it right now, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't think is the U has been any hotter than what it is right now. Maybe since the early, like right before Ja'Cory Harris. Like
Yeah.
that's probably the last time it was this hot, right? And you're talking about 10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
this, it's been a minute, and to see him bringing in these guys, I'm talking about he getting dudes from Washington to come over there and
Yeah.
play in Miami. Like that's tough.
Yeah. It is.
Like to get a dude from all the way from one coast to come to the other coast, it's tough.
Yeah.
So to see what he's doing over there, you definitely got to give him his props. And I think I ain't gonna say Miami's back because I think it's too early. Obviously, you got to
No,
put on the
you gotta
pads.
still gotta go on the field, put
Yeah,
the pads
you
on,
got to
prove
put the
it.
pads on and go show what you can do. You got to go win you an ACC championship game, right?
Shit,
Uh,
that might be the national championship the way it's looking.
yeah. So it's like we gonna see how they stacking up because I mean they got smashed on national TV the last time they was up there. I forget who they played. Um, So we're gonna see. I mean, Miami's had some good
Yeah.
teams in the very recent past, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see. I think it's definitely a new change over there. Deciding to see everything is going over there.
Yeah.
But like we said, like college football world is crazy. And I mean, we only so many weeks away now
Yeah.
from everything going down.
And it's still only fairly the beginning, so we still gonna have a lot of episodes that kind of pertain to college football, basically on all the updates and stuff we get. We're just talking about the state of it now, and I can imagine it's gonna be much more news that comes out in the upcoming weeks, months, years. Because by the time 2024, 2025 come, it's gonna be a whole different vision of college football than we know
Yeah,
now. It's gonna be a
definitely
super
gonna be.
conference, however that's gonna be. But the way college football is right now today is gonna be much different in a couple years.
Yeah, definitely. But shout out to my youths. Hopefully they can maneuver through those waters and still keep getting some players and keep winning. Cause damn, we just got the Pac-12 championship. Now ain't even gonna be no Pac-12 no more. It's like
Pack four.
hey, it looked like we got the last one, so we'll take it. We'll take it. First one, the last one. We'll take it, God damn it.
Yeah.
But we out, man. Appreciate y'all again. Continue to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the love. Keep listening. Thank you.